Democrats want to keep the problem going. They don't want to solve the problem in the inner cities. Majority of these inner cities that's high violence, high crime is Democratic controlled. Republicans have nothing to do with it. Then they blame the Republicans after the city is torn apart by Democratic policies. Now, let's watch this video and I'll explain to you how.
Wow.
Okay, this took place in San Francisco and California. Now, the laws out there are pro-criminal. You could pretty much go out there and steal $999 worth of merchandise from any store of your picking, and you can't be prosecuted. So the security guards, they're not even allowed to touch you. That's why the lady was like asking the security guard, hey, should we call the cops? He was like shaking his head no, to standing there with his phone just recording what was going on. Because as a security guard in Southern California, all you got to do is pretty much show up and keep breathing and you'll get a paycheck. You're not allowed to touch anybody if you're a security guard. You're not allowed to bear hug them and hold them until the police come or anything like that. And the cops, what's the point of arresting anybody? Because as soon as you arrest them, they'll get right back out. They can't be prosecuted based off of them state laws for anything under $1,000 worth of merchandise. So as soon as you get off work, whatever job you got, you could just go shoplift and steal $999 worth of merchandise. So the people that work there is standing there with a calculator, adding up everything you do. And then once you go over $999 worth of merchandise, they'll call the cops. That's when it's legal for the cops to actually prosecute you. And there's a lot of laws like that under Democratic leadership. Think about it. Lori Lightfoot in Chicago, she created a law where the cops, they're not even allowed to chase you on foot. So you could, so the cops out in Chicago is pretty much security guards. That's why the crime, the violence is so high. The violence is going out of control. The crime rate in Chicago is completely ridiculous, but the arrest rate is so low because the cops are security guards in Chicago. Then you got places like Buckhead, where these people like Keisha Bottoms created laws where the criminals can pretty much do whatever they want. The other day, a man got shot running down the street, you know, jogging on his regular jog, and then somebody just pulled over and then shot him. So, you know, and then he called the cops, and the cops took him 30 minutes to get there because the cops was defunded. A lot of these cops are quitting. They don't even want to do the job, or they just want to show up after the violence is already done because they don't want to do no work. They know if you look at a black person the wrong way, you can get fired and lose your job. So these cops are pretty much not doing anything. And these are the Black Lives Matter supporters, the Black Lives Matter leadership. And that's why I say anybody that's in support of Black Lives Matter, openly support Black Lives Matter, should not be in leadership because you have a biased way of looking at things and you're going to be anti-cop. That's part of being a BLM supporter, is being anti-cop. Now, this is how these cities are being destroyed, all under Democratic leadership. Republicans have nothing to do with this. Republican places is where everybody want to live. Why do you think you always hear people say, hey, I want to move down south, this and that? It's like, yeah, you want to move down south because of the freedom that the South offer. Everybody want to move to everybody want to move out of Democratic areas to Republican areas. That's why California, New Jersey, New York, they're losing citizens of them states left and right, all to conservative red states. Nobody wants to live where it's blue at. People want to vote blue, but they don't want to live blue. They want to live red. Places like California, where they have stations where you can get clean needles to shoot heroin. You could take a crap outside of the business. You can go in a business and steal $999 worth of merchandise. Tell me, is the BLM leadership fell in the inner cities? Is this right? Is this wrong? Is the Democratic leadership failing us? Are we still going to blame Republicans, even though we see it right in front of our face that is under Democratic leadership? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Nate Savage, and I appreciate every single person that subscribed to my channel. And if you didn't subscribe, just like the video, share this video, and let me know what you think. I'm Nate Savage. I'm out.